Hello, everybody. Crystal Atkinson here. I specialize in women's growth and leadership. So if you are new to the community, you are going to want to make sure that you head on over to my link, grab your personal growth and leadership cheat sheet. Today, I'm going to unpack tip number 1. Now, in this cheat sheet, there are 4 top tips for you to become all that you dream of being. So point number 1 may sound easy, may sound like you're already doing this, but let's just dive a little bit deeper and have an honest conversation about how thorough are you actually doing this. So point number 1 is be intentional. Now, if you don't have the cheat sheet, don't worry. When you're finished watching this, you can head on over and you can get that. So, okay, my friend, be intentional. This one is tricky because you really have to be able to take your perspective of what you're doing, what you're thinking, what you're saying. Now, what I want you to do is imagine your life. Zoom out, zoom your perspective all the way out as though you are flying in the sky. Some people call this your third eye. I want you to imagine yourself looking down. Now, you have a godlike view over yourself, okay? So with this, I want you to look at your thoughts, look at your words, look at your actions. There are 2 parts to this. First, John Maxwell says you need to know yourself to grow yourself. So when you zoom up in the sky, you need to ask yourself, hey, look, there's this character walking along planet Earth. What do they want out of life? Do their thoughts, words, and actions match their desires, match their goals? Or is there some incongruency or inconsistency with what they say they want and what they're actually working towards? So if you want to grow yourself, again, you need to know yourself. Let's take some time to figure these things out. Unpack all your hopes, your dreams, your desires. Consider everything that got you to where you are, all of your moments that you are most proud of, and celebrate that you made those things happen. In order to celebrate it, I want you to really name what you did to make it happen. They didn't just happen by chance. So really zoom out, take a look at your life from the outside. Okay, now, as you're looking, ask yourself, what are my strengths? What am I really good at? If I got up on stage today, what would I talk about? Why are people drawn to me? When they come to me, what do they ask of me? What are my strengths? I mean, if you're really stuck and you can't figure out much, go ahead and ask a loved one, a friend that you trust. But it's really important that you are able to identify these on your own. So we've looked at those strengths, and next what we need to do is look at our weaknesses. What are those things in life that I really wish I was good at, but I'm just not? Perhaps you don't even want to be good at the things you're not good at, right? Like perhaps you're not good at public speaking, but you don't want to public speak, or perhaps you're not good at spreadsheets, but that's not really interesting to you. The point is to not judge. There is no judgment over our weaknesses, but look down onto your life, everything you want, everything you don't want. Where are you going? And where did you come from? Look at all of it. It's not about judgment. You are merely an observer of your life. It's simply about recognition. recognizing where you are at. Now you've taken the time to think about where your strengths are and what your weaknesses are. Finally, the last step is when I look at the robust growth and leadership profile assessment that all of my private clients and anybody who's in a full course with me receive, we also look at their fear style. Now you might be thinking, oh, what does fear have to do with growth? A lot. We all have different fear styles. Some of us are afraid of being taken advantage of. Some of us are afraid of failure. Some of us are afraid of success. We all have different fears. Afraid of what people think of us. The reason why it's so important to recognize what those fear styles are is because they're also linked to our motivators. They're linked with what we allow ourselves to open up to and what we don't allow ourselves to open up to, what we protect ourselves from. So really consider that. If we're afraid of failure, we are less likely to take a risk. If we are afraid of what people will think of us, we are less likely to follow our dreams. So knowing our fear style is actually a pretty crucial part. So really just think about what that is if you haven't already had your full profile assessment. So let's go back to the concept. Your growth and leadership cheat sheet has 4 simple but not easy steps to growing personally and professionally to create the life you desire. Step number 1, be intentional. And you may have looked at that and thought, oh, that's easy. In order to grow, I want to read this book or I want to listen to that podcast. Maybe I'll sign up for this course, whatever it may be. But dig deeper. Why do you want to do that? What are my thoughts? If it's, I want to be more confident. Okay, what is the story that you're telling yourself that's making you not confident? Why are you struggling with confidence? Where does that show up in your life most often? Is it when you're with certain people? Is it when you're in certain situations or when certain tasks are asked of you? You may find that you actually do have confidence. It's just in certain situations that you struggle. So once we unpack that, then we're able to be intentional. I noticed that I only lack confidence when I'm with these certain people. Okay, now I need to build the skills to deal with these people, or I need to move on from these people. It's one of the two, likely. Once I figure out all of the what's and why's, the how will present itself to us. So I hope that I'm able to bring some insight and clarity as to how that works. We will see opportunities to make those things happen every time we turn around, because it's like the universe is saying, oh, you want to be more confident? Here's a great book. Here's a great course. Here's a great speaker. Here's a friend who's going to speak truth into your life. And then just when you think that, okay, I've got this, the universe is then going to test you until you really do have whatever it is you desire. So now that we've unpacked this just a little bit, go back into your growth and leadership cheat sheet, look at the intentional one and journal it out, write it out. Don't just think about it. You will create a more robust reflection on where you're at, where you want to go, what your next step, not steps are, but step towards making that happen by really making time to consider this. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this Vibrantly You community. If any of this resonated with you, please be sure to like, comment, share this. Share this with 3 of your friends. Invite them in on this journey with you. Engage in a conversation. This is for me. This is for you. This is for our next generation, because the more that we grow ourselves, the more that we understand ourselves, the stronger our tomorrow will be. So if you haven't already, head on over to the bio. There is a link there that will take you to where you can get your free growth and leadership cheat sheet. And I will see you real soon.